Okay, Marsha, we're up here on your roof. We're on Reynard Street and we're doing the roof inspection. We got everything diagrammed out and measured. I want to start at the top and I want to point out your ventilation first and foremost. You've got these old style aluminum can vents. Some people call them pop vents, but you've got a couple of them up here and then one of them down there. What we would recommend doing is boarding over those things and doing a continuous ridge vent from that peak all the way down to the end of there, doing it a little bit there, and also maybe a small piece up front there, just to get a continuous exhaust of airflow instead of having these can vents every so often, which is typical. You don't want to have both. You want to have one or the other, either a ridge vent or can vents. If you elect to do can vents, again, we would at least want to add probably one here, another one down there. We probably want to have at least 4 or 5 on this main ridge. You do have a vent down here that I believe it's kind of in an odd place, which makes me think it might be going to something. Maybe that's a stove, maybe that's a bathroom fan, a dryer. We'll have to do a little bit more investigating on that, but that one might get replaced with a proper stove or damper vent of some sort. I noticed you did have a little spot back here where it was kind of caved in, so you might have some decking. Can't really see it too well, but I don't want to get too close, but there's definitely a hole there letting water in, causing damage. Your pipes over here, you've got the rubber pipe boots. We like to replace these with a aluminum base flashing, and then if we can, we like to try to slide a sleeve over this to cover up this nasty looking pipe. And notice it's got a hole in it too, so we want to try to cover this up if we can. Sometimes it's a little difficult when they're wrapped in zinc like that, but all new flashings get replaced with the new roof. The chimney flashing here, that looks pretty rough. Obviously this will all get removed. New step flashing down here on each course of shingles, and then new counter flashing over top of it. It'll be a nice smooth aluminum metal for that. Other than that, I wanted to show you one thing on the valley. So the valleys are where 2 roof lines come together. You've got one there, you've got one over here. We don't typically like to do an open valley like this, and if we do, we usually like to put metal in it. This is just asphalt, and you can see it's just crumbling. You know, I mean, this stuff, it's crumbling away. What we like to do, what's called a California valley. It's a closed cut. It'll just be a straight line going up the middle, nice factory edge. Keep it nice and tight and closed, rather than having it open and exposed like this one is, which is more susceptible to damage. So other than that, I will recommend that you get new gutters too, just because these are the old style that it looks like you keep up on your cleaning. They look like they were just cleaned actually. But these are the old style, you know, they got the aluminum spikes coming out, and these things tend to get loose over time. This one's already working its way out. That one's working its way out. So something you can always do later down the road too, but I'll give you an itemized quote for gutters in case you want to see what that looks like. Okay, that's going to conclude the roof inspection. I'm going to go grab my clipboard and we'll go down and see what we've got.